Hello, good morning. My name is Clara. This will be slow flow. So for today's practice, just need a mat or a towel. If you have a block or anything similar to a block, you can use that as well, just to kind of help with some of the poses. If you have a blanket that you wanted to use for Shavasana, and a pillow to prop your hips up on, or use underneath your knees for Shavasana as well. So I like to start all my classes with some type of reading or poem or something like that to kind of set the tone for the practice. So today I have Young Pueblo, and the reading really resonated with me in terms of, the times that we're going through right now and humanity and things like that. So it goes, healing ourselves is the personal movement we embark on to let go of all the conditioning that limits our freedom. In this journey, there will undoubtedly be moments of bliss and difficulty. Real happiness and wisdom grow from the reality we experience, not from the fleeting moments of bliss that we feel. So I liked really the first line, healing ourselves is the personal movement we embark on to let go of all the conditioning that limits our freedom. So that just made me kind of think of, right now is a particularly difficult time for people who are unemployed or, not used to working from home, surrounded by chaos, kind of trying to be productive in a different environment. And, it made me think of how important it is to work on healing ourselves right now. That even though it seems like such a weird time and, we're kind of like, what do we do with ourselves? At least that's kind of how I'm feeling right now, is really, I feel the need to be productive. I feel like I'm home, so I should be starting the next project or, kind of move. I'm not used to just sitting down and kind of going inward and working on myself. So I feel like it's important to remember that now, even though we're in this odd time of things aren't happening, we're not doing our regular schedule, that it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to go. We can use this time to heal ourselves, take care of ourselves, using this more as a pause to our everyday life. And I saw something online recently that mentioned, we can take this time to figure out if we want to go back to what we consider normal. Like, was our normal, was that beneficial to us? Was it beneficial for our self-care? Were we taking care of ourselves? Were we practicing mindfulness and kind of living with gratitude and things like that? So just a little food for thought before we start the practice, using this time to work on healing ourselves and taking care of ourselves, and trying to push away the feeling of we have to be productive, we have to keep going, in the rat race. So with that, we'll get started. Join me on the mat. So we'll start this practice in a comfortable seated pose, Sukhasana. Feel free to lift your hips up on any type of prop And just begin to come into our breath, bring in awareness to the breath, where our breath is coming from. I welcome you to close the eyes or have a soft gaze in front of you. We're rising tall through the crown of the head, lengthening through the spine. Noticing if our breath was shallow or rigid, uneven. And coming back to a smooth breath, a fluid breath. Inhales and exhales are equal in length. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest. Here, I invite you to take a 4-part breath. So we'll inhale through the nose, pausing at the top of the inhale for just a moment, and then we'll exhale through the nose, pausing at the bottom of the exhale. So we'll inhale through the nose, pause here for just a moment, exhale through the nose, pause at the bottom of the exhale, inhale through the nose, pause, exhale, pause. We'll continue this at our own pace for just a few more breaths. Here we'll come back to our regular breathing. Notice the breath as it moves up through the belly, through the chest. And imagine the breath coming all the way up, spouting out the crown of the head. Two more deep breaths here. And I invite you to gently open the eyes if they were closed. If your hips were propped up on anything, I welcome you to take it out from under you. And we'll begin with some movement. So we'll stretch out the neck a little bit here. Inhaling, crown is tall. Exhaling, chin to chest. Inhaling, chin to the left shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. Inhaling, chin to the opposite shoulder. Exhale to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale to center. Inhale, chin over to the right. Exhale to center. One more time each side. Inhaling to the left. Exhaling to center. And inhaling to the right. Exhaling to center. Inhaling at center. Exhaling at center. Lengthening through the back of the neck. One more deep breath here. Exhaling, head comes back over the shoulders. We'll take our left hand by our left side. Inhaling, right arm up towards the sky. Exhaling, arm over to the left. Lengthening through the right side body. One more deep breath here. Exhaling, right hand to right side. Same thing, other side. Inhaling, left arm up towards the sky. Exhaling to the right. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhaling here. Exhaling over to the left. From here, we'll bring our hands to our thighs and come into some seated cat-cows. Inhaling, shining the heart forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, shining the heart forward. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. Notice the back ribs as they spread open. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. One more each way. From here, coming up to a tall spine, we'll begin to circle our hips around, doing some Kundalini spirals. So with the breath, begin to circle the torso around the hips, embracing any cracks or pops, like you probably just heard from me. The circles can be as small or large as you like. Noticing any tightness in the hips. Not judging ourselves, rather just being aware of any sensations in our bodies. From here, we'll circle around in the opposite direction. Moving to feel. And eventually coming back up to a tall spine. From here, rising up through the crown of the head. On tented fingertips, we'll begin to move forward with a tall spine until we've met our max. Begin to fold over your crossed legs. Forehead can come to the mat, to a block. Breathing into the lower spine. One more deep breath here. And beginning to walk our way back up to a tall spine. We'll come into some seated twists. So inhaling here, rising the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand behind us, coming into a seated twist. Gaze is over that right shoulder. Nourishing our spines, wringing ourselves out. One more deep breath here. Exhaling back to center. We'll do the same thing other side. Inhaling, arms up towards the sky. Exhaling, right hand to left knee, left hand behind us. Twisting opposite side. Gaze is over the left shoulder. We're rising tall through the crown. Maybe unwinding slightly and fold or twisting a little bit deeper. One more deep breath. And exhaling back to center. Maybe a little counter twist. So from here, we're going to come on to our hands and knees. I invite you, if you have a blanket that you wanted to use to pad the knees, to use that now. So we're coming on to our hands and knees, fingertips spread wide on the mat, tops of the feet pressing against the mat. Our shoulders are lined over our wrists, and our hips are over our knees. Gaze is towards the mat. We'll inhale, lifting our knees a couple inches off the mat, engaging through the core. And exhale, bringing them back down. So from here, we'll move into some cat-cows. We'll inhale, tailbone towards the sky, gaze slightly up. Exhale, rounding through the spine, tailbone towards the mat. Gaze is at our hips. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. We'll do a few more of these with our own breath, at our own pace. Moving with our breath, moving to feel. Two more. Coming back to tabletop. From here we'll come into bird dog, integrating a little bit of a flow. So bringing our left hand or our left arm by our ear straight out in front of us and our right leg back. We'll pull in opposition, reaching out as though you're going to shake someone's hand pushing back with the foot, engaging the core, gaze is towards our mat. From here, we'll begin to integrate a bit of a flow. So we'll inhale here, exhale, bringing the elbow to the knee. We'll inhale to extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. From here, bringing the knee back down, the hand back down. Wiggling it out. From here, extending again, left hand down in front of us, right foot back in front of us. Engaging through the core. I forgot one step. So we'll inhale here. And exhale, left hand to the mat, right foot twists over the left, gaze is towards those right toes. Can stretch through the toes a little bit, integrating any movement that feels good here. One more deep breath here. And exhale, right knee back to the mat. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to do the same thing other side. So right hand comes out in front of us, bicep is by the ear, left foot back out at hip height. We're engaging through the core, stretching with the limbs. We'll integrate that flow. So inhaling here, exhaling elbow to knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to extend, two more. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. We'll bring the right hand to the mat. Left foot out long in back of us. We'll inhale here. Exhale to cross the left leg over the right. Gaze is over the right shoulder. Breathing here to a nice twist. One more deep breath. And bring the left leg back to the mat. From here, we'll move into threading the needle. Get a little shoulder stretch. So coming onto all fours, bring the right hand towards the middle of the mat. On our next inhale, sending our left arm up towards the sky. And exhale, threading it underneath the right. We'll inhale, left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, threading it underneath the right. Inhale, left hand to sky. And exhale, threading it underneath the right, coming to rest on the right shoulder, on the left shoulder, and the left cheek. The right hand's out long in front of us, or by our face, whatever is more comfortable. Noticing if our hips have shifted, bringing them back to center. Breathing here. Sending the breath to the left shoulder. From here, putting pressure into the right hand, bringing the left hand out of the twist, coming back to all fours. I welcome you to shake it out a little bit. We're going to do the same flow other side. So bringing the left hand to center, we'll inhale the right arm up towards the sky, reaching up with the fingertips, and exhale, threading it underneath the left. Inhale, right hand up towards the sky. Exhale, threading it under the left. Inhale, right arm up towards the sky. And exhale, threading it under the left, coming to rest on the right shoulder, the right cheek. Breathing into the opposite shoulder. Noticing if one is tighter than the other. Cultivating an awareness of sensation. When we do this and we send the breath to that area, it helps with our practice. One more deep breath. Putting the pressure into the left hand, coming out of the twist, back to all fours, and shake it out a little bit. We'll plant our hands firmly into the mat, spreading out all our fingertips. We'll inhale, coming onto the tips of our toes. We're headed to a downward facing dog. So we're inhaling here. Exhaling, sending the hips up and back. I invite you to welcome any movement here, whether it's bending the knees, stretching through the calves, or moving the hips from side to side. Or maybe you just want to be in stillness, that's fine. A couple more deep breaths here. Here, sending our right foot up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And bringing that foot between the hands, the left knee comes down, top of the left foot. We're stacking the right knee over the right ankle, coming into a low lunge. So inhale here, arms up towards the sky. And exhale here. Breathing deep into the hip flexor, making sure our hips are squared. On the next inhale, we're straightening through the right leg, pivoting on the right heel. Bring our hands to the mat. We'll flex our toes towards our face. We'll inhale here, spine is long. And exhale here to drape our face over the front of our leg. Breathing deep. On the next inhale, we're pivoting back to low lunge. From here, bring our palms together in prayer. Thumbs are to our sternum. We'll inhale here, spine is tall. And exhale, bring the left elbow towards the right knee. We'll come into a revolved lunge. I welcome you to stay here, or if you want to bring the left hand, left fingers towards the mat, right arm up toward the sky. Gaze can be up at those fingers. One more deep breath. And exhaling, palms come together. And then palms come to frame that foot. We're going to step back, downward facing dog. Pedaling it out. Taking one more deep breath here. And exhale. We'll inhale the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bringing the left leg between the hands, Bringing the right knee down, top of the right foot. Coming into low lunge, other side. So we'll inhale here. Exhale, sweeping the arms up towards the sky. Crown is towards the sky. Tall spine. One more deep breath here. And exhaling, straightening out the left leg, pivoting on the heel. Our face will come towards the front of our leg. We're lengthening through the spine here. Crown is tall. Crown is long, rather. And on your next exhale, melting over the front of the left leg. Flexing the left toes. Bringing the crown of your head towards the toes. One more deep breath here. Exhaling, coming back to our low lunge. We'll bring our hands to prayer here. We'll inhale here. Exhaling, twisting over to the left. Again, palms can stay together, or right fingertips towards the mat, left arm up towards the sky. Revolved lunge. Breathing deep. Fingertips reaching towards the sky. One more deep breath. Coming back to prayer. Our hands frame that front foot. Coming back, downward facing dog. Maybe we come up onto the balls of our feet, tips of our toes, stretching out through the soles of the feet. Maybe taking some Ujjayi breath here. On the next inhale, walking the feet towards the hands. We're going to meet in Uttanasana, forward fold. So we're hanging long here, crown is towards the earth. Gentle bend in the knees if you need. From here, I invite you to take hold of opposite elbows, hanging in ragdoll. Maybe a gentle sway from side to side. Pouring ourselves out. Letting it go, whatever it is. One more deep breath here. And exhale, bringing the hands back to the mat. From here, we'll inhale, half lift, hands to shins. Exhale, hands towards the mat, pouring ourselves out. From here, bending through the knees, inhaling up tall. Hands up towards the sky, and exhaling, hands to heart center. We'll do this again 2 more times. So, inhaling, hands up towards the sky. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold. We'll inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending at the knees, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do this once more. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. We'll inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We'll inhale, bending at the knees, arms up. Hands come to prayer at heart center. Exhaling here. Taking a couple deep breaths with our hands at our heart. recognizing that just by participating in our yoga practice, we are working towards healing ourselves. We're caring for ourselves, we're moving our body, getting our hearts pumping, we're stretching out any tight muscles or areas of the body. We're doing enough. Just by resting, just by our yoga practice, we're doing enough. From here, bringing our hands by our side, rounding through our feet, meeting in Tadasana, mountain pose. We're imagining that roots are growing through the bottom of our feet, creating stability here. So from here, we're gonna come into Warrior One, do a little more of a flow, warrior flow. So, bring our right foot out in front of us, left foot back at a 45-degree angle. We'll bend the right knee, and we'll align both heels so they're in one straight line on our mat. So we're squaring our hips towards our bent knee. We're inhaling here. Exhaling, arms up towards the sky. Warrior One. We'll do one more deep breath here. And we'll exhale, pivoting on the back foot to a 90-degree angle, coming into Warrior Two. So we're making sure that our front knee is still stacked over that ankle. We're dropping our tailbone here, checking back to make sure that our back hand is at our shoulder and not down here or up here. So we want to make sure that our arms are straight, gaze is over the front middle finger. Taking a couple deep breaths here. On the next inhale, I invite you to take the back hand to the back of the left thigh. We're flipping the palm, the right palm, up towards the sky, and bringing it overhead for Peaceful Warrior. On an exhale, we're bringing our right hand towards our right knee, and our left hand is coming up and over, bicep to the ear for side angle. We'll inhale to Peaceful Warrior, bringing that palm up overhead. And exhale to side angle. And we'll do this with our own breaths in more of a fluid motion. On our next inhale, coming back to Warrior Two. From here, pivoting the front foot to the long edge of the mat, we'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. So I'll face you. So from here, we're gonna inhale, crown is tall. Exhale, hinging at the hips, crown towards the earth. We'll meet in our forward fold. On an inhale, half lift. Gaze towards the mat. And exhale, bringing the crown towards your mat. I meant to say it's hard because I can't see anybody, but you can use a block here. Or anything you have available, a pillow to rest the head on if you need it. Our next inhale, we'll half lift again. Exhale, fold. From here, bringing our hands to our hips, bending at the knees, coming back up to a tall spine. We'll heel toe, feet together, coming back to standing. We're going to do the same sequence other side. So taking the left foot out in front of us, we'll come into warrior one on the opposite side. So left foot is out in front of us, knee is bent, aligned over that left ankle. Right foot's out at a 45-degree angle, aligning the heels. We'll square our hips towards the left knee. We'll inhale here. Exhale, arms up towards the sky. One more deep breath here. We'll inhale here. Exhaling, pivoting on the back foot, warrior two. Checking our knee, making sure it's stacked. Checking our back hand. Gaze is at the left middle finger. Feeling strong and grounded through our legs here. We'll integrate that flow, so bringing the right hand to the back of the right leg. We'll inhale, flipping the left palm up for peaceful warrior. We'll exhale to side angle, bring the left forearm towards the left knee, bringing the right hand up and overhead, bicep to the ear. Inhale, peaceful warrior. And exhale, side angle. We're following our breath here. On our next inhale, coming back up to warrior two. We'll exhale, pivoting the left foot towards the long edge of the mat. We're doing the same thing on the other side. So we're inhaling, spine is tall. And exhaling, hinging at the hips, wide-legged forward fold. From here, I invite you to bend each knee and move from side to side. So inhaling, bending the left knee. Exhale, bending the right knee. And just moving from side to side. Coming to stillness, bring the crown of the head towards the earth or a block. We'll inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We'll bring our hands to our hips, bending at the knees. Inhale, coming up to a tall spine. And exhale, begin to heel toe the feet together. So from here, we're going to come to seated. So we'll inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold. We'll inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We'll inhale our arms out in front of us, coming into a brief plank. So taking just a moment here in plank, building a little bit of heat through the core. And we'll come down to our knees, coming to sit on our sits bones. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us, coming into Dandasana. Staff pose. So we're flexing our toes towards our face, engaging through the back of the leg. We're inhaling through a tall spine. And exhale, with a tall spine, begin to move forward over those outstretched legs until you've met your max. And then maybe grabbing the soles of the feet or placing our hands on our calves, we'll begin to drape ourselves over the front of our outstretched legs. Breathing here, breathing into the lower back. You can definitely bend the knees here if you feel you need to. If you're having any lower back tension. We'll inhale, rising up a little bit. Tall crown, and exhaling, draping ourselves over the front of our legs. Maybe we can go a little deeper. A couple more deep breaths here. From here, coming back up to a tall spine, back to our L shape. We'll shake out our legs a little bit. From here, we can bring the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. I invite you to give the soles of the feet a little massage. Maybe opening up the feet if it's available to you, like you're reading a book. From here, we'll inhale with a tall spine. And exhale, begin to drape ourselves over the soles of our feet. One more deep breath here. On the next inhale, begin to rise back up to a tall spine. From here, we'll bring the knees together. We're going to come to lay on our backs. If you have a block or a big book or something that you can use to put underneath your lower back, now would be the time to have that handy. So we'll lower down to the mat, however is comfortable for you. Coming flat on our backs, our knees are up towards the sky. We'll come into some bridges. So taking a moment here, taking a couple deep breaths, letting it all go. We'll inhale here. Exhale, sighing it out. Really letting it all go. So from here, we're bringing our heels towards our hands. Our hands are flat on the mat. We're grounding through the feet. We'll inhale here to prepare. Exhale, begin to bring our hips up towards the sky. Maybe bringing our shoulders underneath a little bit. Getting a shoulder stretch. We can clasp the hands together. The back of our neck is long. Our chin is to our chest. And we're engaging through the back of the thigh where it meets the glute. We'll inhale here. Exhale, if the hands are clasped, let it go. Begin to come back down to the mat. We'll do this a couple more times. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, sending the hips up towards the sky. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly here. Allowing it to inflate fully with each inhale and exhale. Deflate. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lowering back down to the mat. From here, having that prop handy, we'll inhale just enough. We'll inhale, lifting the hips just enough to place the block or your prop underneath your sacrum, the bony plate at the base of the spine. You can place it on whatever level you feel is most comfortable. We're in our supported bridge. We're allowing the lower back to melt into the block. Noticing, again, the rise and fall of the belly, the chest. A couple more deep breaths here. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, lifting our hips just enough to remove the prop and slowly lowering back down to the mat. We'll begin to windshield wiper our knees back and forth. Loosening up through the lower back. And from here, coming back to stillness. We'll inhale, bring both knees towards the chest, giving ourselves a nice hug. Maybe rocking back and forth on the sacrum. From here, bringing the right leg down and out long. We'll hug our left knee into the chest, inhaling here. Exhaling, left knee over the right leg, coming into a supine twist. The left arm can be out long, gaze towards the left fingers. Wringing out our spines. From here, coming back to center, hugging the left knee in towards the chest one more time. Bring it out long. Do the same thing other side, right knee towards the chest, inhale. And exhaling the right knee over the left. supine twist, other side. Noticing the sensation in the lower back. Breathing into the lower spine. From here, coming back to center, we'll bring both knees into the chest, giving ourselves a nice hug. Rocking from side to side. We'll bring our hands to the outsides of the feet, coming into a happy baby. The tops of our thighs are towards our mat. Soles of the feet towards the sky. Maybe rocking on the sacrum. Noticing any sensations in the spine. From here, bending the knees towards the chest and bringing them out long. We're coming into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. So I invite you to put on any articles of clothing, socks, a sweater. If you have a blanket and you want to drape it over yourselves, anything you feel you need to make this the most comfortable and nourishing part of your practice. From here, our palms are towards the ceiling, or maybe they're on our bellies. Legs are splayed out to the sides of our mat. Eventually coming into complete relaxation. invite you to bring an awareness back to the room, bringing in any small movements such as wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe taking a full body stretch, arms up overhead, pointing the toes, and rolling onto your favorite side. Taking a deep breath here. As you're ready, coming back up to a comfortable seated position, right where we began. Bring our hands to the chest, thumbs to the sternum, hands in prayer rather. We'll bow our heads in prayer. Grateful to be barefoot and on our mats. Thank you so much for practicing with me today in my humble abode. I can't wait to be back in the studio with everyone and see all your lovely faces. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. It's supposed to be nice, I believe, at least in Connecticut, if anyone is in Connecticut. So hopefully maybe you guys can get outside for a bit. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. And the PayPal link is in the on the post. If anyone feels like donating, please do so. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.